What's going on, everybody? What's up?
All aboard the love train.
All aboard! I gotta tell you, I love me some comics. And we're gonna talk about that today. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Ooh, somebody got some money.
Second episode.
Oh, is this the second one? I didn't. I wasn't there.
Dose.
Second ep. Whoa, that was me. Sorry about that. All right, here we go.
Dose.
Dose episodes.
And what are we talking about today?
Today we're gonna talk about dynamic duos, team ups.
Who doesn't? I mean, dude, I know Stan Lee didn't invent it, but I'm gonna say that he popularized it in a way. But dude, alliterations are just fucking cool, dude. Dynamic duos, the fucking the Cincinnati, Peter Parker, the whole Daredevil. Like, I love alliterations. They're just fun to say usually. That's why I'm happy with my name, Billy Basco. Like, I'm practically my own dynamic duo.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
thanks. We got 2 people in chat so far. Thank you, Jason Unhinged Entertainment. Oh, here we go.
Oh, shit, bro.
Prater 7, Jeremy, bow.
What's up, party people in the house?
Praetor 7.
Yep.
We're gonna get on this fucking love train. We're gonna ride it right in your cave.
My phone's all dinging. Sorry, my phone's dinging right now.
Ding-a-ling-ling-ding.
Well, it's like, hey, the weed was just delivered to your house. I'm like, yeah, I know, I paid for it. Think of.
Thank you. Final.
Oh my god.
Well, I went through my stuff and was like looking, because it's like I love comic books and it's Wednesday, so I'm like, I get a reason to like go through long boxes. So I was like, let me just start grabbing number 2s. You know what I mean? Issue number 2s of shit.
I wanna put out a formal apology to Unhinged Entertainment, because again, I missed his show, and Jason doesn't even need 3 guesses to probably know what happened. Like, I thought I was prepping all for the show. Like, I worked really hard the first part of the day. I got really hungry. And then I ate 2 hamburgers and I passed out. And I had 2 hours and I passed out and then missed the show by an hour. So I'm really sorry, Jason. I want to everybody go support Jason Unhinged Entertainment with his great book, Frog G.
Yeah, everybody go support it.
Support it. What's up?
So what is this panel right here? It looks like a giant fish.
It is the carrier.
So do we want to start with examples, or do we want to start with this? This article.
This is just let's
Arthur Adams.
These are just comics that are sitting here on my thing, so we can look at later on, in case we run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So I found an article that pretty much set up our show for us.
Which website is this?
This is the Screen Rant.
Screen Rant. Okay, cool. So this is a website that sometimes they put out good stuff, sometimes they put out just tripe, so that we can try to rip in to see how good their 15 best is tier list.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to take a shit all over this list. You know what I mean? I'm ready to Like they might have made a good list or a complete fucking tourist list.
Yep, ready to enema all over it.
Yeah, I'm ready to fucking nuke it from orbit.
Well, and it's always cool, or not cool, but I mean interesting to see, like, with the headline there, and then actually breaking down the headline. It's like, okay, well, what do they consider not only the 15 best, but what are they considering actually a team up? Is that like more of a crossover, or is it someone that's like always a team? I'm curious.
Like this right here. I mean,
Marvel
the only time
team
I
up.
saw Deadpool and Cable work together was in that last movie, right? At the end.
Right.
That was so weird. Did you guys think that was? I mean, I thought that was just weird because it was like, how is Brolin gonna be Thanos and Cable literally at the same time? And it's not like he's even doing DC Marvel. It's like, dude, you're playing 2 Marvel characters
Yeah, dude. There's a whole bunch of Hollywood actors like, man, fuck
2
you,
years
dude.
of each other, dude. That's so bizarre.
It's
Like,
rare.
it was so bizarre. Like, I don't know how that
There's an
worked out,
actor in Hollywood going, man, I was second for Thanos, man. And he's got fucking cable.
That's
Fuck
his
that
claim
whole
to fame.
family, man.
That's his claim to fame. I was second to Thanos.
Somebody was second to Thanos. It could have been fucking. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an actor that could have been Thanos. Literally
Ray
anybody. He was all.
Stevenson.
Josh Brolin's.
Oh,
He's a pretty
he would've
cool
been
guy.
good. Damn. Tina Turner would have been a good Thanos.
Or who's the guy that was in 300 that played Leonidas?
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. He might have been a good Thanos.
Yeah. How come he hasn't done any fucking Marvel?
Dude, I don't know.
He would have. I mean,
Butler.
he's like he's not like, I hate to say pretty. You know what I mean? He's got that ugly look to him. So I can see him being like Hercules or fucking the Punisher, maybe. I mean, it'll always be Ray Stevens for me. For the Punisher. Punisher Warzone was fucking. I don't want to watch it again because I'm worried that if I watch it again, I'll be like, oh yeah, this fucking sucked. But I like remember it being okay.
There's actually a French phrase for that. It's jolie laide. It's JOLIE LAIDE. It means attractive ugly. It means you're actually not attractive, but you have some weird quirk to you that makes you seem appealing.
That's Jeremy, like most of fucking French actors, right? Yeah. They're all like oblong shaped and fucking ugly, and they're like, how is this guy fucking married to so and so when he's
right?
Like,
Jeremy says, I guess that actor hates comic book movies. The one you were talking about.
Oh, Gerard Butler. That's so weird because like he's in like a bunch of weird B movies and stuff that are like fucking video game or like military movies that seem like they would be kind of comic booky plots, you know?
Dude, so, he's saying he doesn't like comic book movies.
Well,
Jeremy 300 was a fucking graphic novel. Right? I mean, if you want to get
maybe that was why. Maybe after that experience is why he feels that way. And Jeremy's not saying definitively. Yeah. He's saying he hears. He says,
so, Joe, that fucking Gods of Egypt movie was. If
cool
there wasn't a comic book, dude, there should have been. It was cool as fuck, man.
Dude, it was the coolest movie since Van Helsing,
dude. Van Helsing can eat a fucking bag of dicks. Except for when he's fighting Hyde. That's kind of cool. That's some good Hyde stuff. But everything else is dog shit. But no, man. If they had populated that fucking movie with actual Egyptians, Gods of Egypt would have been fucking right on, man.
Stephen Lang has a one-man stage play that's pretty good if you ever get a chance.
That's the bad guy from Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Well, I guess it's your point of view.
Yeah, no, he would have been.
I'm watching the last one and I'm going, yeah, man, go get that fucking Jake Sully. Smash
Tina
that
Turner
motherfucker.
Died?
Yeah.
See what?
Oh man,
Tina.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, baby. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Better than all the rest. Such a bummer. Such a bummer, man. People piecing out, dude.
The Thunderdome.
Who runs Bartertown? Tina Turner does, man. Tina Turner in my heart.
Now we're all
that little midget. It's that little midget.
Who runs Bars Heart? Tina Turner runs Bars Heart.
Hey, just throwing it out there too. If anybody's watching that is actually part of our creative group that's got the link to this, we still got a spot open. If you want to come in and talk dynamic duos, there is an open chair.
Pew. Yeah. Jim Brown, Ray Stevenson, Tina Turner.
Okay, so who do we got? Who do we got at the top of this list?
Okay, let's go back up to the top.
Okay, I see where they're going already. Okay, they're team ups for sure. They're not necessarily teams, but okay, let's see this. Even if they're the best, I don't remember this team up.
Me either.
There was team ups in the past with the like Steranko Nick Fury. I don't know if he had any really with the with the Jackson version.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and call it, like, as we go through these, if none of us remember this team up, I'm gonna already say that it doesn't belong on the
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't exist.
Because I am balls deep in comics, and I'm like, I don't really remember this. I mean, I knew the artist is Alan Davis, right? Is that Alan
It
Davis?
looks like Alan Davis, but I think that's a knockoff, a guy that was copying him.
It's not Brian Hitch, right?
Yes.
You think that's Brian Hitch right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that Nick Fury does not look like Alan Davis.
I was feeling it a little bit in the lips. Little Alan Davis in the lips. All right, fuck you guys.
I like what Prater says right there, though. A gritty war/spy movie with Nick Fury could be awesome, especially, and nothing against Samuel Jackson, but if it was old Nick Fury with the white hair and they did it like World War I, that would actually be maybe kind of cool.
Like you gotta go World War II.
Or World War II.
Go World War
II
okay. with Fury.
With Fury, okay.
Because Sergeant Fury.
Oh,
and the Howling Commandos.
Before you just said that, how did I never make that connection before?
That's all right, man. Between the two of us, we know everything.
Stephen Lang would be a good Fury.
Yeah, I watched Avatar 2 the other night. Well, I couldn't watch all of it, man. I got burnt out. I was like, how much longer is this movie? And I had only watched like half of it. I was like, I gotta go take a shit, man. Fuck
I didn't
this
like
movie.
the first one at all.
He really aged. Not to be poopy pants on our boy, but like the amount of time that they spent filming the movies is like mad obvious. Like they show a clip of him and he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? All right, god damn it. And it's supposed to be like 12 hours before the ending of the first movie. And it's like, this motherfucker is like 10 years older. Like, I'm not to be a dickhead, but like I've already watched him in 2 Don't Breathe movies as old man. So it's just like he's not that like it was almost like the first Avatar he was like peak old man strength. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was like peak old dude, you know, before you start starting looking grizzled and shit.
I will say that Avatar, the first one, was the best 3D movie I've ever seen. And it was just like a visual tour de force, like just to watch it from a visual standpoint. I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't get a chance to see Avatar 2 just in 3D in theaters, because like even special effects people that plot aside, probably just amazing to see that big in 3D.
I bought Avatar 2, and I'm just gonna watch that shit like on silent. You know what I mean? Because and I'm just gonna be like, all right, let me just make some clips of like all the human cool shit, like the little human robot ants making buildings, the little exoskeleton the woman's wearing when she's fucking kickboxing and shit. There's a lot of visually dope shit in that movie, but fuck, man, that story is just trash, dude.
Avatar is the best theme park anywhere.
And where Disney?
At Animal Kingdom, there's a Avatar park, and it's visually stunning. Like they have floating islands and shit that are massive with waterfalls coming off of them and stuff.
That's kind of cool,
dude. It's unbelievable. Like when you go there, you're just so immersed in the world. Why they couldn't do that with Star Wars is beyond me.
I think you know what, dude? They really tried to do the Star Wars, but only the recent movies.
Yeah.
You know, like they try to ignore all the old shit, which is just horrible. Like they should have fucking done an Endor. You know what I mean? They could have done a fucking Tatooine, an Endor, and then finally like a shopping center based on Coruscant.
Or even a shopping center based on the Death Star. So it felt like you were walking around inside the Death Star shopping. Oh, that'd be sick.
They should have done Jabba's Palace where you're dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the Jabba's Palace is the restaurant, bro.
Dude, and then you throw
I'm a goddamn Imagineer, you motherfuckers.
You get to throw somebody to the Rancor monster or in the Sarlacc pit.
The busboy comes and gets your shit and then throws it on.
Dude, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Like... Give us that.
Oh, dude, you'd have just some random fat woman with like 6 prosthetic tits on her, and she's like dancing along.
Niga gaga doogie. Yabashi yano.
What
the
fuck?
papa.
Yeah.
All right. Jason's getting antsy.
He's like, move on, motherfuckers. This isn't funny. Jason's the one. He's listening, and he's going to tell us when we need to move the fuck on.
Iron Man and War Machine. Okay, I recognize this. I recognize this team up. But
this is written by motherfuckers who only seen the movies, dude.
Well, no, I mean, like, now this is more of what I would consider maybe not a team up, but like they've done stuff together so many times. I just consider them kind of like a loose team. Period.
It's like a sidekick. It's a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
No, wait. Can I ask you two both a question? Now, does dynamic duo always in your head mean that it has to be a sidekick, or can they be two equally strong characters that just fight crime together?
I think it's a distinction between team up and dynamic duo. Like one's like a permanent one's a permanent partner. A team up is somebody that doesn't normally get together and they team up. You know.
Well, I mean, does dynamic duo though? I mean, it is permanent partner, but does it always mean to you sidekick, or can it be just permanent partner, but they're on kind of like equal power levels? You know, like Power Man and Iron Fists. That's when I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, go ahead. What do you think, Chad?
No, I agree. I'm just saying team up is like when two characters that normally don't get together, and then a dynamic duo is somebody that regularly is together.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's not like one, like it doesn't have to be a sidekick to be a dynamic duo. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking, Iron Fist and Power Man,
Hawk and Dove.
Yeah, Midnighter and Apollo.
Right.
Who is it? Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So I mean, there's not really a lot of those like fucking little kid sidekick anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what was it, like fucking Speedy and fucking Green Arrow and fucking what was it, Toro? Whatever the fucking the Human Torch had like a little fucking flaming kid with him.
Are you serious? I never heard of that.
Yep, Toro.
Yeah, his name was Toro, and he fucking flew around with him and like wrecked Nazi planes. It was where he was like, was he real? He was a real kid, but the Human Torch was like
Bucky's a
fucking
sidekick.
robot. Yeah, which is so weird, dude. Which would be like, we've made a robot. Holy shit! And he's on fire. Like what?
Now, with this last one for number 14, can you guys think of a time that War Machine and Iron Man did like a team up that was like, oh, I remember that when they took on so and so, and like, so again, like this is a bullshit on the list fucking team up. Fuck this.
Maybe the movie, right? And I'm trying to think of like maybe when they were in the Armor Wars. If they teamed up, I'd have to like go back and look through my books to see if they were teaming up during the Armor Wars, or no. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. It's bullshit.
Yeah, Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yeah.
Billy can't hear you. That's a good thing. So let's.
Billy can't hear us?
We can't hear Billy. He's muted.
I was coughing, but go ahead.
Okay.
I thought you were talking. Yep, that's the only thing I can remember them from is the cartoon.
Well, that was actually a chick on fire and an Iceman.
Oh, you're right. What was her name?
I don't know. They made her for the show, but then she ended up like showing up in the Marvel universe.
Well, so far this guy's
Starfire or something.
Firestar.
This guy's not hitting it for me. Like dynamic duos. Yeah, this dude's not.
I know that these guys would like talk shit to each other,
right?
And would do pranks on each other.
Yeah, I thought they didn't get along. I thought like they both like kind of their snarkiness like got on each other's nerves.
They were in the Fantastic Four together, though, weren't they? Or that was Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Wolverine. So
yeah, that was when they were all killed, and I think it was a Skrull that fucking tricked them.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of dope, but and then Spider-Man ends up like joining it later on as well, right? When it's like the Future Foundation.
Yep. With She-Hulk.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
I see the chat, Hex Allen.
Sorry, yeah, let's talk to the chat for a second. What do you guys think? Firestar.
Yeah, Starfire is the DC character. Firestar is the Marvel character.
Look at the chat, you mothers. Sorry.
Yeah, and again, okay, so now we're 3 down. If they ever teamed up, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. Like, I'm trying to read it, and I don't see where.
No, I remember like him going and he had the Cenobite on him, and he was like, "Hey, this thing is alive. You need to take this off." And they took it off of him, and so they lent him an old Fantastic Four uniform and like a fucking paper bag. Remember that shit? And he put like a "kick me" sign on him.
Oh yeah.
So when he like swings away, there's a fucking "kick me" sign on him that Human Torch put on him. So
Unhinged points out these are at the bottom of the list, so yeah, they suck.
Well, then it should be in the top 10 then.
All right, there we go.
Can we go the other way? We're trying to make it exciting.
We finally get
you know who drew that? I can tell you who drew that right there.
Neil Adams.
Yeah. He said like one of the things I heard he thinks that the Earth was like expanding. Yeah, I was like, what?
It's possible.
It's possible. Yeah.
It beats flat Earth theory.
Green Arrow and Black Canary. I mean, this is kind of a dynamic duo more than like a team up, right?
Yeah, they're a couple for so long.
Yep.
That could be Mike Grell, though.
I wonder if she like uses her sonic powers on his genitals.
I hope.
His
shaft.
He's like, oh,
arrows.
Right to my taint, mama.
Tickles his feathers.
For all the things that Dark Knight Returns did for us, like as a comic book, for writing, art, just everything. For me, one of the biggest things that it was after Dark Knight Returns, the comic book. That's when I actually started liking Green Arrow, because like seeing that future fucked up version of him with only one arm and shit, I was just like, that's fucking badass.
That
he's
was
not even a hero anymore.
That was pretty dope.
And he's like, fucking, hey, Batman, here's some fucking shit that'll fuck Superman up. Fuck that guy. Like, I was like, oh, that's so freaking cool.
Mike Grell's run.
The nail in the, or called The Nail, I think it was called, where it's like, there's they're talking about how one nail in the road, it punctures the Kent's truck tire, which stops them, so they don't get Kal-El as a child. Instead, like an Amish couple find him and raise him like non-violent and like on the farm, and so he like never leaves the farm, and like the world never learns about Superman. And so it's still, the people still show up, like Batman is still there, but he's like darker, and then it's some other people show up, and there's a fight with Amazo, the android, and Amazo just demolishes Green Arrow, just like picks him up and just like smashes and breaks every bone in his body. And then there's like a whole like, fucking bastard superheroes. It's a cool book. And then at the end, Superman shows up, but he's like dressed like an Amish person.
What is the name of the book?
The Nail. JLA, The Nail.
I'll have to check that out.
It's good artwork, dude, and it's like a real interesting, like, I won't spoil it, but like who the bad guy is and stuff. It's all pretty interesting.
Well, I like Mike Grell's run on Green Arrow. His run on Green Arrow is really good, and Longbow Hunters was really awesome.
Dude, Longbow Hunters was so good. Oh, yeah. God. Like, that was, that was one of the books that, like, you know, was the pre-Alex Ross shit, where I was just like, when I remember opening up Longbow Hunters, I was like, fuck, this isn't even a comic, man. This is like art.
Yeah.
It's like, looks like fucking like art you'd see like in a gallery, or like, you know, like someone drawing like still lifes and shit. Like, oh God, that was so good.
Yeah, I love Mike Grill stuff. Now I'm looking up Justice League the Nail.
I thought it was cool too in Longbow Hunters how they like intentionally rendered his face to look kind of like Errol Flynn. That was
like and
cool.
share, everybody. Like and share. Sorry, Billy.
No, it was good. That was all I was saying.
Man, I love the show. Like the first couple of episodes of the show, Arrow, but then they really started like swiping and pulling from Batman, and I
really couldn't stand.
I stopped watching it. Yeah.
I couldn't stand his character though. I just didn't like the personality. Even the same thing with the Flash TV show. After a while, I got really tired of Barry Allen. All right, so The Nail is drawn by Alan Davis and written by.
Okay, so I'll say that last one that was at number 12 is probably the best one on the list so far. But again, I think they mislabeled this.
Now we're getting good. You know what I mean? Now we're getting like
good.
the halfway decent ones.
And we're having to like make that little distinction of like, is this really a team up or is this more a dynamic duo? Because I would say that this one falls to the latter. This is more of a dynamic duo than it is a team up.
The other ones felt like, hey, give me 15. And the guy's like, fuck. All right, I got 12 good ones. All right, here's another 15. Yeah. All right.
Oh, classic.
There we go.
That's
a dynamic duo for sure.
And a team up. I would say that counts as both.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bosom buddies.
Who drew that one? That's actually a really good shot too. I like that. It's fun.
I can't tell.
I like that old. I like that. I mean, that Beetle is dead, but I like that old Beetle. That incarnation.
Yeah, he's the better Beetle.
It's like if Batman's parents didn't die, and he's just like being Batman for fun or something.
Right.
If Batman was more of a nerd and was doing it like, you know, kind of like for himself and to like prove he could do it and like show how good his tech was and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the Blue Beetle is more of like Night Owl from The Watchmen.
Yeah. Agree.
Pretty much. Same vehicle, everything.
Yeah, you guys, the new Blue Beetle feels like their attempt to try to make Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to even think of his name. Is it Mendoza or something? Fuck.
And you know what? I'm gonna call it out right now. It's a little dog shit. It's a little is it the word is it the word pedantic? I don't know. They're like kind of playing down like Hispanic people's intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll give it to this kid and it'll just be some alien shit that he like doesn't create, right? As opposed to like, hey, this white guy who like made all of his shit and like built his stuff and tinkered with it and like learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been so much cooler if like this Hispanic kid fucking found Blue Beetle shit and like fixed it or like knew how to like make, you know what I'm saying? Like established his own fucking level of intelligence that was equal to Blue Beetle's. Rather than just like, yeah, aliens showed up and I touched it and it fucking went up my ass and now I have powers.
Well, I will say I agree with you on that. And at the same time, I really do dig the idea of the scarab and it being like a sentient being and stuff like that. And, you know, kind of like doing the same kind of thing with the symbiote, you know, stuff, but it's more of like a techie thing, you know, like I really dug like the fact that he had to like argue with the suit. And sometimes like the suit would just fucking do what he wanted to do. He's like, no, fuck you, dude. We're going to kill all these guys. And he would turn both of his hands into like huge howitzers and shit and just start blasting shit, you know? And like the kid would be like, oh my God.
Look,
like,
dude, I'm not saying all that shit isn't dope. Everything you're saying is fucking a dope. Yeah, I just name it something else.
Exactly. Or just, I mean, I agree that they were pandering and kind of, it's just like, oh, this guy's like a Mexican kid that like couldn't do it on its own. It's as totally separate ideas. It sounds better than the mashup than they. It's like they had two. It's like they had two ideas on their hands that didn't need to be put together.
Hex Allen.
Hey man, Batman's a fascist, dude. He fucking designed all of his shit though. What are you fucking doing, bro? What I mean. Sorry, no, that's we'll say
Hex Allen Comics makes a point about the Booster Gold name. He says he cracks up whenever he sees the words Booster Gold. So what is that? Like a booster shot, like in the bum? What?
Yeah, dude, it's like a tech venom. It's like fucking. It's like a Guyver.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying because it's just like, just fucking make a dope ass Guyver.
Booster Gold to me sounds like something that you would get in elementary school, like as an award or something, like a big plastic gold star for.
Yeah.
I got the Booster Gold this, like, and your mom would have the thing, proud parent of a Booster Gold, like.
I'm a booster parent. I'm a booster parent. So that motherfucker is like from the future.
Yes.
So he's like a kind of a fucking dickhead where it's like, oh, let me steal some halfway decent tech that's just laying around, and then I'll go back in time and be a superhero.
Oh, he stole his stuff? I always thought, like, see, that I was never a big Booster Gold fan. I mean, I knew of him. I thought he was cool and stuff, but I thought he was a hero that was like not even C-list. I thought he was like E-list superhero that was just like, man, I bet you if I go back in the past, I could like move up a notch,
That's what he thought. But yeah, he's like not in it for the heroics most of the time.
He's like a
ego asshole.
He's like that when he came out was in the 80s, but he was the equivalent of like a TikToker, YouTuber
right
in the 80s. And he had a camera that followed him around to broadcast.
That's right. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So he was like already tapping into like future social media. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'll go back in time and then I'll broadcast this back to the future and like let them watch and shit.
Even like his costume.
And he's got some tech and stuff, like his suit. He's got some stuff, and it's all like snatched.
Well, it's so weird how like to me, his character design too is like a master class of like, see, we're talking all these things about Booster Gold, and like you can read all of that just in his costume. It's like he's a dope superhero, but also kind of generic, and kind of a douche wearing those goggles and shit.
Both of them are, dude. Both of them, you like look at him, you're like, yeah, they're both fucking like.
That was
they'll last a month, and like one of the supervillains just fucking canoes their skull.
Yeah. He's like he's able to look cool and cheesy generic like at the same time. That's a pretty.
He was supposed to look like a douche.
Look at our fucking abs. Look at our fucking dick roots. Look at our fucking cum gutters, babes.
All right. All right. Well, finally we got two good ones now.
That's not too bad.
I'm getting hopeful.
Huntress and the Question.
All right.
Question.
All right. I like both these characters.
I don't know if I've ever seen them together.
In the cartoon,
I know he works solo.
I've only seen them from this shot, like when they were trying to figure. I mean, it was a really cool spot in the Justice League cartoon when they brought in the Question, because I'm like, oh, finally people will know who the Question is.
Yeah, Unlimited.
Like, everybody knows who Rorschach is, but a lot of people don't know that Rorschach was based on the Question. So when they brought the Question in, I was just like, oh, dude, this is cool. Like they're gonna actually, it's gonna be like a detective noir, like a string of episodes on Justice League where like they're trying to figure this shit out. So I don't remember this as a comic book, but as a cartoon episode, they were cool.
Yeah, I like the concept of the Question. I always thought it was a little more heady. It was not as much like punch him and stuff. A little more like detectiving and fucking working out shit. And I don't know, the Huntress, I don't know, at one point she was Batman's daughter, right? And then she wasn't. I don't know who the fuck she is.
It was on Justice League Unlimited, it says at the bottom.
But I'm wondering where do
you know anything about that, Chad? What Huntress origins?
No, it's been a while. I had a girlfriend that was really into her when I was younger.
Ooh.
of my favorite.
Is that Sanford Green drawing that?
Yes, that's one of my favorite team up duos. Favorite duos.
You know,
Look at that,
I'm gonna
dude.
go. That's a really dope drawing. I'm gonna go ahead and admit something right here. No, because I'm gonna let you guys talk. Because when I was a kid and I saw these comics, I never read it at all. But in my head, I thought that they were the other way around. I thought Iron Fist was the black dude, and I thought Power Man was the guy in the gold thing.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, he does have iron fists, you know? If he balls up his fists, they're fucking strong.
They didn't sell as well until they merged the two comics together into one series.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, they each had their own title. They were one was Luke Cage, the other was Iron Fist, and then at one point, to boost the sales, they decided to merge them as a duo, and they got Bill Sienkiewicz and John Byrne to each do an ad threatening the viewer, like saying, if you don't buy my book, I'm gonna come over there and kick your ass. You know, and those were really powerful ads, and I got excited when I saw that.
Aggressive marketing.
It was good. That's when I went and started buying everything I could find of Power Man and Iron Fist and Luke Cage, and yeah, it was really cool.
I see in there. See again, like I said, I knew of these characters since I was a little kid, you know, and I first started reading comics, but it was never a comic that I read. Part of my early comic experience was before I was like had money to buy them or anything. My uncle was really into comics, and but he kept them just in a brown grocery bag in the garage, you know. And he when I would come over, he'd be like, "Hey Billy, go in the garage and get the comics out." You know, and I would go grab a grocery bag and bring them in, and he would start like whipping them out, and that was in there, you know. So I remember like seeing that, and that's why I thought, because like, you know, Luke Cage was always like with his fists closed, and Iron Fist was always doing karate chops. So I'm like, how can he be Iron Fist if he's never actually making a fist? Like, always shows him doing that chop chop.
Yeah, I had the same thing, man. My uncle had a whole bunch of comic books, so they were just there. And like I remember Iron Fist big time. Like I remember clearly. I don't remember which issue, but I remember like seeing his parents dead, and then him going into like the Khama Rouge or wherever the fuck he's going.
Can we make Chad big? Is that possible?
I got a stack of them right here. Got this one. What is issue? Issue
I don't even think I've ever even seen that logo before. That's crazy. Is that like Silver Age?
No, these are in the 70s.
Okay.
Dennis Cohen drew a lot of them. Like, so that one. And I've got
it has both. It has. Dude, that's so crazy. That's got to be super unique too, that it actually has his real name and his superhero name on the cover?
Yeah.
That's a trip.
I've got a Luke Cage somewhere.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like they never have like, I mean, I guess maybe that's later did they show like Peter Parker is, I mean, they never Bruce Wayne is Batman. You know, like, I mean, that is like front and center, like Luke Cage.
It's right around issue 50, I think, is when it became Power Man and Iron Fist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't even a number one? It just became that?
Yes. Yep.
Damn, so that means he even kept top billing.
Yep.
That's cool. That's super. Oh, man, that's badass.
Yeah.
I guess they had to drop the Luke Cage part to make room for the second billing.
Yes.
That's so cool. Is that it?
Look,
that
oh, eagle. Wait a minute. Fuck.
The eagle.
Shit, dick.
That's why I.
Do you realize what you just did to me?
Yes.
I ruined you. Like you ruined me.
You bastard.
Don't worry, I got an alternate name for
everybody
it
in chat. So we're laughing because Matt Barr may or may not have a character he's developing called the Eagle.
Yeah, I was like, man, I think I might have something called the Eagle. I'm working on the Eagle, man. Maybe. And it's like, hey, look at this.
This
Tom
might be a
Aaron
John
thinks the
Byrne.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Look at those
muscles,
fucking shoes, dude. Jesus Christ.
That might be a John Byrne.
So I remember there being like a shot where it was like it showed his parents like their skeletons on the fucking ground, and I just remember like, what the fuck as a kid.
Here's a cool one right here.
And him like grabbing the dragon and like getting the dragon tattoo on him.
Ooh, damn.
That's fucking Rom, yo.
The color hold on that old shit, dude. That's badass.
That's Rom, yo.
Rom. Space Knight.
Space Knight. I had that toy.
Here's where Daredevil pops in.
Well, looks like this list finally hit its stride, and we got our best fucking. Like we're gonna have to remember when we get back to the list, like what number that is to see if that actually deserves to be higher on the list. In fact, I'm gonna make a little. I've been making little notes as the show goes on because I have like a post-show wrap up.
That's good. You kind of.
I was like, I can't find my fucking. I have a Luke Cage somewhere. But I can't find it.
I got a bunch of Marvel team-ups here that are ragged out.
You talking about Daredevil? I do got some of this. Speaking of fucking Frank Miller.
Oh, we not going back to the list?
No more. Yeah, we are. We are. Nerd out for a second. Nerd out.
Eagle's a common word. I think you could still use it.
Yeah, but I got one for Matt though. That'll separate it.
Show me. All right. Yeah, let's go back to the list, yo.
I'll tell you later, Matt.
Yeah, I need to figure out the layovers a little more. But
like how to switch. Yeah. Well, I mean, once you get OBS, it'll be a one-click thing.
Yeah.
And you'll still be able to use these same graphics, but just set them up as scenes. Like this is this scene, this is that scene. You just click it, and then the scene switches. Did he kick himself out again?
No.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I didn't hear you. And like.
No. No, I'm like adjusting shit on the fly because fuck it, we're going live.
I was telling you, so I am paying attention to chat and seeing team ups that they are calling out.
Oh yeah.
I'm also taking secondary notes for team ups that we as the panel feel are the strong ones.
There
you go. So we can redo this tier list at the end.
J-Bot says it's Matt Bars, the Eagle, which will work.
Yeah.
I think my writer's name will be M. Richard Barr. M. Richard Bars, the Eagle.
Please don't.
You'd be like, M. Richard Bars, the Tree of Life. Yeah. That'd be so fucking. What's not precocious, but fucking. I don't know. That yeah, pretentious. That fat fuck that's not finished.
You've gotten two P words that you've meant to say another word, but you've had pretentious and then
pedantic.
But it wasn't pedantic. It was
no, it wasn't.
It was
what the fuck? So
pandering.
Now we're at a Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I mean, I don't know if this was like a fucking team up, but I mean, this was at one point definitely a dynamic duo.
Yeah,
with fucking Bucky. So I don't know why it's not fucking Captain America and Bucky.
And I wouldn't even say that like when they weren't even a dynamic duo again, and they were like maybe it could have been considered a team up. I still wouldn't call it a team up. I would call it a reunion.
Yeah. It's still dynamic duo, right? It's just like a fucking. Well, I don't know. Like, what happens when Nightwing is fucking around with Batman?
It's all family.
Is that a team up? Is that a team up at that point? We're like, yeah, we've moved on from dynamic duo to just being an occasional team up.
Kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a team up.
Guest appearance and shit.
Yeah.
It's about family.
Yeah, I mean these two motherfuckers they've got all kinds of history, but
and isn't Bucky older than Steve?
No.
I thought he was a little bit older, because he signed up for the military first. You know, like he like Steve saw him in uniform and shit with bitches and shit. Like, and by the time Steve was like even getting like recruited and barely getting through basic training,
had
like
he even
was
seen
already like
action?
deployed. I don't know if he had seen action, but he was already deployed in like active duty, like when like Steve was still like going through basic.
Yeah. So he like he's going around trying to get enlisted, and Bucky just easily gets enlisted. So while he's like easily getting enlisted and moving through boot camp, Steve is like going to all these different places and trying to enlist. I mean, I could see him being a little older, yeah.
I mean, like not much, you know, like maybe like they were both in the same like graduating class, but like, you know, Steve was like a little bit on the younger side and Bucky was
But
like
at
a little
that
bit on the
point, but
older
then
side.
also if you move to the modern day, like present day, like if he's been like frozen, you know, he's been frozen most of his life or most of
Oh,
this
that's
time.
and
So it's
we're
like, oh,
talking
I'm thawed out,
MCU
you
too.
know.
Like that's right. OG Bucky was like 12. Fuck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm thawed out. I'm no longer Winter Soldier. Holy shit. Oh, I'm barely 26. And like Captain America has been like rocking and rolling in Marvel. And he's now, you know, almost 40, maybe. I don't know.
I feel bad for bringing that up and like fucking lost a little bit of comic book cred right there because that's right. OG Bucky was like fucking 12.
Yeah, he was a little kid. But I mean, you're talking movie. That's all right.
Yeah.
This fucking.
God damn you, fucking MCU.
You MC Schmoo.
Fucking up my comic book memory.
Predator 7, he says, do we think this website is actually making a distinction between team up and dynamic duo? I don't think so, but I think that's just something we were kind of debating, not the website.
Oh, I like that drawing of Cable. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, but again, wasn't that number 15?
I think it was just the picture at the top that started the article.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was right next to the letter.
Yeah.
It was just the picture at the top.
15 of our top.
You know, do you guys, you guys have way better comic knowledge than me.
Well,
do you remember a dope adventure that these two actually went on that meant something?
No, it doesn't stand out. But at the bottom, there's recommended reading at the bottom of that list, and I'm not, you know, those don't stand out to me. Those issues.
Holy shit! Yeah, like Cable and Deadpool 43 through 50. Like, yo, I didn't know they had a 1 through 42.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what the best part of this comic book is? The end. Don't fucking worry about 90% of the other part of the fucking book because it fucking isn't worth reading.
Yeah, this doesn't even seem like it stands out to me because, like, you know, a lot of times important team ups then transcend the comic book. You know, they either make it into like a movie subplot or they make a cartoon out of that particular time that team up was like really, you know, because like they did like the Wolverine Hulk ones and like shit like that. You know, it's so, and I'm just like, Deadpool Cable, like, okay, like,
hey man, what do you think about? Let's see what the chat thinks. What do you think about that fucking semen receptacle on the top of fucking Deadpool's hat? His mask. There's like this like weird little like floppy thing. I know it's like, oh, it's extra fabric, but it's like it looks like a.
Oh yeah, the little condom.
Like a fucking cum receptacle on a condom.
Condom top.
The reservoir tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Shit.
Hey, we got a normal.
How's it going?
Excellent,
good, man. How are you?
Excellent. We're going through this kind of shitty list on Screen Rant where it's labeled top 15 comic book team ups. And before we even started, we wanted to like even see like what kind of distinction they were going to make between team ups and dynamic duos. Like, are these like actual like more like partners, or are these like, you know, event like team ups? It seems like this list has been kind of back and forth all over the place. Like some of them haven't been team ups; they've been definite partners, and then other ones were team ups that no one even remembers happened.
Right. Yeah, you remember the trading cards? I forget if it was like Fleer or something, but they had a subcategory of trading cards, and it was called Unlikely Alliance. and you could get them, and they would 2 cards would like team up together, and it'd be 2 people. But I don't remember who they would be, but it would be like bad guy, good guy, and you're like, oh, nice. But none of those probably made this list.
J-Bot said, chewing on stream, Narwhal is pulling an alpha power move. But you know what? I bet Narwhal baked whatever he's eating, which is
my
even
mom
more.
baked it. She was just here, and she left me these scones. I ate all 3 in one sitting, so I'm already having like a headache from too much scone.
It's a homemade power move.
Yeah, it's really good though.
It's like brain freeze, but from scone.
Right.
Yeah, scone freeze.
Scone freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any cool story of them like happening.
There's nothing that stands out.
This is another bullshit one that I don't think should be on this list. We've had like 4 so far. We've had like I think 2 good ones and 4 bad ones that I don't even think
it should be like fucking Deadpool or not Deadpool, but like Cable and Domino. Like that's a good team up. Like that's a good little dynamic duo. She was always with him.
So let's move on from these 2.
Cleaning his gun.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Here, okay.
But see, was it the Flash and Green Lantern or Green Lantern and Green Arrow were the better combo?
Green Lantern and Green Arrow, I think, was the more memorable combo.
That's a fact, Jack.
What do you think? What do you think, Narwhal? Oh, well, you're chewing Narwhal. What do you think, Billy?
I was not a DC guy, like, at all. Like, I admittedly only, like, not to sound cheesy, but, like, I bought Watchmen. I liked Detective Comics specifically to title. None of the other Bat ones, Detective Comics.
Right.
And then, and then I would actually buy, like, regularly, I would buy Who's Who. Just to, like, you know, because I was a kid, I was like, I feel like I need this comic book knowledge so I can, like, interact with my friends, but I don't want to read the books, so I'll just get Who's Who, so, like, I know, like, I can be part of the conversation.
Right.
But I was not aware of Green Arrow, Green Lantern, so this is the more famous one to me.
Really?
That's funny, dude. I used to have a whole bunch of, like, Who's Who's and a whole bunch of, like, Marvel encyclopedias.
Marvel Universe,
in middle school and high school, dude, I would read the fuck out of those just so that I knew stuff. Because I think I told a story where it was like, I just assumed that I would work at Marvel, and I assumed that I would be in the bullpen, and that Stan Lee would come walking by and go, "What's the origin of Speedball, kid?" And I needed to, like, know, you know what I mean? Just like, hey, I know, whatever happens, I need to be able to work on Night Thrasher or fucking the Avengers. Like, whatever they need me, I need to be able to, like, be fucking knowledgeable, you know? And that was a fucking waste of hard drive space. But, you know, I know stuff, you know? I know stuff.
Well.
And some of the stuff, it's like I didn't even read it. You know what I mean? I just know just from reading other stuff. But I hear what you're saying. I think these costumes look fucking goofy.
Yeah.
Well, this is Alex, isn't it?
Spandex.
I mean, bless Alex Ross from the top of his bald head down to his little toes, but man,
it doesn't always work.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I really like his stuff. I am a fan of Alex Ross, but sometimes it doesn't land for sure. Sometimes it does look too goofy. It's like, oh, these look like 2 guys standing in front of the San Diego
bar.
Well, it's like the reference photo was from San Diego Comic-Con, you know, it's 2 cosplayers.
Shit. You know, it looked like the Flash looks like Dan Aykroyd when they did the Ant-Man fucking Saturday Night Live fucking skit.
Yeah. But yeah, didn't Ethan do some? Because he worked on both of these heroes. Didn't he do some of the team up stuff with them?
They're classic. No? They're classics. Well, I don't know. I guess they're referring
Brave and the Bold. You know,
New 52. But Brave and the Bold was where they're most likely the best team ups.
That was like the super old shit.
Yeah.
Right. At least it was this, you know, it was the Barry Allen Flash, not like that fucking little pothead, flat-headed guy with the wings and shit, the goofy stuff, the Justice Society shit. Man, fuck.
Oh, you're talking about with the dishpan hat?
Oh,
yeah, dude. I mean, maybe in like 10 years, I'll be like older and be like, actually, I think that's kind of interesting and funny.
The Doughboy
but like
helmet.
right now, yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? All right, moving right along.
I have one of those helmets.
Let's check the chat. Chat have any comments on that last one?
Nope, but Spider-Man, Daredevil, I will agree, have been good team ups.
They're both in New York City.
Yep.
The very first appearance of the Spider-Man black costume was a team up with Daredevil and Black Widow. And
I like that they have on kind of paper, or I would say maybe not on paper, to the average citizen, from an observation point, they have very similar power sets and costumes. I mean, they're both mostly red. They're like, acrobatic aerial guys that you see doing airs and the flips and doing stuff. The baton with the cable is similar to the web slinging, and they're both New Yorkers and street level heroes. Like in the beginning, they weren't doing like galactic shit, but they couldn't be more different underneath the costume. So I find that kind of compelling that, like, from a citizen seeing both of these guys active in New York, you'd think they're like, oh, these guys are like almost copying each other, but they couldn't be more different. I find it's a memorable team up, and I think the team up is a compelling one.
Yep. They were some of the best team ups.
I don't think they're on the same power level though.
No.
No, he can't lift a car. But
I know. I mean, he's strong, but it's like he's pretty centralized. You know what I mean? It's like he's hanging out.
He can read lips. He can tell Spider-Man what the bad guy's saying from far away.
You see that episode of The Boys where Homelander was like, "So you can hear really good, huh?" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and he just fucking smashes his ears and ruptures the guy's ears. He's like, "Yeah, now you're fucking deaf. Now you're no good." Like, it was like, holy shit. So you have to be careful with that. But it's like he's kind of in Hell's Kitchen. He's kind of isolated to like an 8-block area, while Spider-Man is like full city access. You know what I mean? I don't think he's
Unhinged. Secret Wars 8 wasn't a team up, but team up number 148 was it.
I think they definitely need him. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, what's going on in Hell's Kitchen? Like, hey, what's going on in this area? Daredevil would be the person to ask. Like, if you went down to Chinatown, like Shang-Chi would be the person to be like, hey, what's going on in Chinatown, man?
Man, everybody's going live right now. Got Malin and EVS having separate streams.
Oh shit. Well, what did EV say? Nobody owns the internet.
Nope. I just got alert.
We got 1 more hour and then we're done. We do a 2-hour. It's a 2-hour quickie.
Like I said,
we got Narwhal. That's better.
That's why
we got Narwhal until EVS sends him the link, and then like he'll cough twice and then disappear.
No, I already messaged you, and then Ethan sent the link, and I'm
there you go.
If you want a boogie, we're just talking comics, man. We're talking comics, man.
Oh my God, why are you giving him an out already? He didn't even say anything.
Yeah, I know. I'll hang out. And then if Ethan's still going when this ends, maybe I'll hop on there.
Here we go.
Oh, look at there you go.
Green Arrow.
There we go. Adams. Done by Neil Adams. Look at this guy.
Wait, what is this? Is this number 3?
Yes.
We're finally starting to get down to the nitty gritty.
Right,
the good stuff.
That's a good team up because they're both green.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
If I was like got hired at DC, I'd be like, I want to do the green team up. Who's green? What's that? I always get them mixed up. There's like an arrow or something, and then there's like a lantern.
Yeah, the flashlight
guy.
That
wears rings.
I'm so powerful. I've got 3 Green Lantern rings.
Nice. Remember, Ethan likes to talk about when they released. There was different colored rings for every color. So there's the white power rings.
Oh my God.
I killed 3 aliens for this.
There's actually a toy package, and like it says it right on the front of it. It says white power ring.
Yeah.
That's great.
They go well with my.
Now I wonder if
I've got my black ring.
I wonder if at the DC offices when this came out, if some people weren't rolling their eyes like, oh my God, green and green. This is so like, you couldn't be more on the nose, you know? But then I bet on the other side of that, there were kids whose like favorite color is like green. That were just like, oh my God, these two heroes together, I lose my mind, you know?
Yeah. It's like the kids would have been already doing it in their head. Like if I had the toys, I would be like, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, you guys are teaming up here. Like,
yeah, because you're green.
It was a cool thing. Like in the 70s, they kind of played like a liberal versus Republican conservative with the two characters.
Yep.
Like Green Arrow was the liberal. He was like from the streets and shit.
Right.
And Green Lantern was the conservative. What was that guy? The F. Lee Buckley. He was the F. Lee Buckley of the fucking DC universe.
Right.
There was a whole scene of like the black guy in Harlem was like, "How come you helping those purple people, and those red people? How come you ain't helping brown people?"
Yeah.
Which is kind of legit,
That's a classic shot. That bit of dialogue.
Yeah. Which makes you're like, yeah. How come like Green Lantern doesn't just like start hoeing up the fucking land? And like turning it into like farmland and stuff. And
I think you meant like sleeping around.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that too. I mean, at least with like Sinestro, you saw some scenes where he's just fucking dicking like whole harems of women on different planets.
Wow.
Hoeing around the land.
And he's got he's like, let me charge up my ring quick, because he's got like a little fucking pink dick. So he like powers up and uses his ring to give himself like a giant condom.
Yeah, giant wiener.
Anywho.
Yep. So wait, who drew this?
Next, Neil Adams.
Neil Adams. Yeah, that's a
Neil Adams, man.
Cool picture,
yeah.
man.
He really made it gritty, dude. The inking is dope.
Mm-hmm. So much energy in that. Like, I mean, and not like because there's a big power in them. It's like you can see that like they feel very in motion,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was assistant to his assistant.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's
all right. This is a good combo. Thank God, like these last couple ones have been
fucking artwork. This
I know what number one is. I bet
this dog shit artwork. Sorry.
Yeah.
Out of all the artwork, I'm like, I even have some artwork right here. I have a Frank Miller.
Wait. No. Can I call out? Can we
make
a
fucking man without? Look how dope that is. Yeah,
take that shot
and then put it there. Like Jesus.
No, can we make a judgment call on this one? I'm starting to feel on this. This is another case right here where, okay, they may be teaming up, but I think that I feel like they're partners that just didn't always work together or had a rocky partnership. It wasn't really a team. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Well, then that's like a subcategory of like fucking rocky relationships, like fuck buddies. You know what I mean? Like, like Black Cat and Spider-Man,
Daredevil and Electro,
Black Widow and fucking Daredevil. You know what I mean? Like they're just like people that are like fucking on the rooftops of Manhattan while they're fucking grow. You know what I mean? They like team up and beat the shit out of Stiltman, and then they go fuck somewhere.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, it feels like they were partners that were just never meant to be. Almost like a tragedy.
Do Marvel's gonna call Ethan and say, "We want you to do Daredevil"? You can do it. And they give him like a suitcase, like $1 million suitcase, and then also like a suitcase of cocaine.
Oh my God!
You got a choice: $1 million worth of cocaine, or $1 million.
Did they ever have any?
I have no idea what his connection to cocaine would be if he has one at all. I don't think he does.
She definitely had her own title for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they have any that were labeled with both their names on there? Or did they just appear in each other's books?
I don't think they just appeared in each other's books. I don't think there was ever like Daredevil and Elektra date night.
Wasn't Ronin an Elektra book? Or not?
I don't think so. The Frank Miller book?
Yeah.
I think Ronin was like a separate thing.
Yeah, it was like its own universe. It was. I read it so long ago, I barely remember, but I remember it being like really similar to Samurai Jack. If you guys know Samurai Jack,
really,
like time traveling samurai against a demon, like spells.
Oh wow, I love Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
that's cool. So Samurai Jack is similar to Ronin.
Yep.
Who wrote and drew Ronin?
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like
it was a
the
weird
first of his like not.
It's like mid '80s. I think it was before Dark Knight Returns, but it's drawn kind of artsy fartsy. It's drawn like a really ridiculous, weird style, like pointillism almost. So he was already getting weird way back.
That's what I was about to say. It was like some of his first like off like company style, right? You know, like his Wolverine and his Daredevil and shit is like kind of like company style. Is that the word for it, Billy?
House style?
House style, right? Where it's like, okay, we want you to draw like this. But then that was the first stuff where you're like, he was doing like weird experimental like line work and shit.
Yeah, it was Epic Comics though. It was the indie label of Marvel, I believe.
Oh, I wish we would have read this comment like when it came out because I'm not sure what he was referring to. But Lord Liam said, "I would say they're a dynamic duo, but either one with Punisher would be a team up." Oh, he's probably referring to this one right here then, because like that wouldn't have made sense with the Green Arrow. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, they're they are. I mean, that's what I was saying. It's like I know like maybe they were never in a book together for a time, and they each had their own separate book and showed up. But they definitely feel like that more. Like what the show's up to. This feels like a dynamic duo. But if they were with the Punisher, yeah, it would definitely be a team.
Dude, it would be such a simpler time, but I could see, there just being a couple of issues of Daredevil just like doing cleanup of the Punisher being in town. It's like, how do oh shit, we got a bunch of bodies, I go check it out. Oh, like it's Frank's work. And it's just, him like tracking down the Punisher. I don't know. Is that already there? It's already happened. I don't know.
Daredevil Punisher? Yeah.
I know. I'm just,
what's number one going to be? Any guesses?
Batman and Robin.
No, because it seems like, okay, they've really gone for like trying to do the team up more than partners. These like they seemed more eventy, like than more than not. So I'm gonna guess
Batman and Superman.
You pulled it right out of my mouth right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
Roll the credits.
Boom.
Oh.
Batman, Superman. And it's even good when their team up is not them actually teaming up. It's them teaming up to fuck each other up. I would say that's even the more appealing one to me. I like it when they fight.
It's interesting how
even bicker, even if it's not physical. Like I like it when they disagree. Like
Batman is a totally different character when he interacts in the Justice League and with Superman, but by himself. You noticed, even like you'll listen, writers like Willingham will tell you that Batman has to be a dick, in order to be in Justice League.
One of my favorite moments in Justice League Unlimited was there was an episode where I'm trying to remember his name, but Morgan Le Fay's son turns all of the Justice League into kids, and they're all like under 10, trying to like beat this guy. And at one point, they're all like splitting up into two teams, and Wonder Woman is fully crushing, and she's like, "I'm gonna go with Clark," and he's like, "Okay, whatever," and then she's like, "Actually, no, I think I'm gonna go with Bruce." And like Bruce is like, "Whatever, let's just go." Like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Nice. How's the new house, Narwhal?
Good. I'm getting settled. It's been like 2 weeks, and I'm having fun exploring the town still too. Running around.
Did you move states? Or
no, I'm actually still pretty close to where I was, just one town over, really. But this town's bigger, it has a little. It's a little funner to.
Okay, Matt, can we go back and just count how many that we think that shouldn't have even been on the list?
Yes.
Okay, so this was a good one.
Yes.
Yep. That's a given.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a number 2.
And we're not counting about numbers. We're just saying, did it even belong on the list?
I think fucking.
Yeah. Let's just go.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like getting triggered as I fucking scroll through them.
Yeah, this one's good too.
That's
yeah.
one.
Top 5. Okay. It looks like at least they nailed a good top 5. Like, I don't know about the order, but at least like they belonged on the list. That was a good, memorable one. Now, here's where it starts getting into bullshit. Right after this, this is just right. Number 7, it goes off the rails. No.
Yep.
I vote no on that one.
Nope.
That's a no.
So that's 1.
I don't know about this one, man. I feel like if this one was Captain America and Bucky, it should have been higher on the list. But I do feel like this should have been on the list, though.
Mm-hmm.
Chad?
Yeah, should have been definitely higher on the list.
But deserves to be here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Definitely should be lower on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that definitely should be lower on the list as well. I agree.
And this was the one that was like one of the strongest arguments of this wasn't a team up. These guys were partners.
Yeah,
they're both their names are on the name in front of the book.
Yeah. No.
It was cool, but I wouldn't say it's memorable.
I mean, they're pulling from like a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Recommended viewing. I mean,
what do you think, Narwhal?
I like trying out shows. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that even? I don't even. Is that a Batman episode or what?
Justice League Unlimited. It was like 3 or 4 episodes that strung in a row, like a subplot they were trying to do, like a detective noir story.
Yeah, I'm not even familiar with it, but
yeah, that's probably gonna be a no. So no from Bar, no from me. Narwhal doesn't even know what it is.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck it. Stupid.
Nope.
Yep. So that's 3 so far that have been bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This one, yes, and it should have been higher. I think.
Yep. What's next?
What do y'all think?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yep.
Narwhal, you're a big Blue Beetle fan. What do you think?
No, I'm not too familiar with this one either. I'll pass.
I'm surprised they haven't done that with them being gay.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, literally coming.
You're gonna get a live feed.
Yes, Brokeback Gold.
Oh my god,
dude! Right, like Buster Gold and them are banging away, and then like Buster Gold, like Blue Beetle dies, so Buster Gold like goes and meets a Hispanic kid. He's like, "How old are you?"
Don't worry, Jason. We're gonna touch on what you said. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Imagine. What did Jason say?
He keeps bringing it up, but I have a little list from what the chat said of because we've already got fill-ins. I've already got fill-ins from the chat that weren't on the list, and we already have enough space for them. So let's go ahead and keep rolling. Let's see what we got.
I'm rolling.
No. Wait. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And should have been way higher than 12. Jeez.
Looks like Green Arrow, he's kind of one of the team up go-tos because he doesn't get his own stories very often. So he's just running around teaming up with people.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a bad idea when you don't have powers to team up with somebody who has powers.
He's a real swinging cat.
Yeah.
What are you like? Hey, Green Lantern man, can you make me some titties to play with?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nope.
I gotta get it out of me, dude. I'm about to go into dad mode here in a few minutes, and I gotta get all the dirty jokes out of me before.
No, it's all good. Yeah, this is gonna be a no for me again. No.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Spider-Man and Human Torch, big no.
We're going into bullshit land.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 4.
Bullshit land.
Wow, man, this guy is like. I hope he didn't get paid by the fucking.
Almost a third of this list is like bullshit.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
This is another one.
I mean, I don't care. I'm not excited.
Narwhal, I mean, you didn't chime in on the last one, but how did you feel about these last two? Are those memorable to you at all?
Well, Iron Man and War Machine, I'm not too familiar, other than in the movies they sort of maybe team up, but that's one that if I had the toys, I would want to make them team up because they look the same. But the fact they look identical it's almost like lazy as an adult thinking about it. But as a kid, I was like, yeah, they look the same. They're on a team.
How would Narwhal do a War Machine comic? Would you like build the whole thing in CG?
He'd probably like write a story about a guy that gets stuck in a power suit and he can't get out, and it's like a 3-day like story of him, like he tells it like in real time.
And
like
turns out
this thing about him trying to get out of the power suit.
And it's a can opener that is what gets him out.
Narwhal's taking notes.
It's like a 120-page Narwhal book where you're like flipping through the end. It's just like, does he just die in the suit at the end? Holy shit. He's like, I can't eat. I'm fucking getting dehydrated.
I've just shit my armor.
Yeah. Yeah, like what's the movie? Is it called like 48 Hours or something? 27 Days? Or it's the one where the guy, a rock falls on his arm and he's stuck there for like
well, it's coming
127 hours.
Yeah.
That was in our last live stream, that movie.
That motherfucker drank his own pee, started tripping balls.
Cuts his arm off.
Okay, so this counts as 5.
Yo, fuck that dude. I mean, just a quick side note. Fuck that dude. Like, he should have told somebody where he was going.
Yeah.
Then they would have known to been like, hey, Matt's not back. He said he'd be back on Monday, and it's fucking Wednesday. We should go look. Like, he didn't tell anybody. Like, that's just insanely dangerous.
I mean,
and he paid for it, so
I would have been like
fucking stubble.
If I got stuck, then couldn't I unstick myself from the direction that I got stuck in? Like maybe climb the wall with my body,
I think it like the way the rock fell, it like spun it and like just crushed his arm into place.
Yeah.
This is a team up I never even knew about.
Yeah. I think they just found this picture of these two guys together.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty random. Yeah. This is almost like just like a lotto. You shake up a box and pull out two.
Like Nick Fury would team up with Black Widow more than any other character, but
okay, so that's
Shield, right? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so that's the list, and like as we kind of predicted, it wasn't half the list, but 6 of the 15 we called out as BS. Now I want to give a chance. Chat here, I took notes. We're gonna give chat first shot, since they don't get to talk. So we're gonna be able to fill 3 of these spots instantly out of these 6 bad ones with number 1 from the chat was Wolverine and Shadowcat. Hell yeah.
I would say good combo.
Thank God. There we got one. And then next one that I heard several times was Cloak and Dagger. Again, totally should have been on that list. And the last one, Jason was going nuts in the chat. And this is the one I would agree with him the most because like I remember actually buying this comic and fucking loving it, was Spider-Man and Wolverine. That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
That was even memorable because they like went to Germany and stuff, and Spider-Man like had to buy a suit for himself like from the costume shop and shit. It was like and then they almost end up killing each other. Like that was a really good team up. Yep.
So yeah.
So then we got 3 spots left. Narwhal Bar and Narwhal. Can you guys think of 3 other team ups that should have replaced these 3 bullshit ones that were in here?
I don't know. Are you allowed to go slightly outside of comics? I would say like RoboCop and Terminator or something.
Ooh, yeah. I mean,
I think I called
didn't
out
they do
mine
that
before,
comic?
like
I'm
Daredevil
gonna Google it
and
now. I
Black
bet it
Widow,
exists.
Somebody in the chat earlier said
I did. We saw the RoboCop Terminator. Did you see that comic book from
Wasn't that Dark Horse?
Dark Horse? And it was written by Frank Miller.
Yeah, I would
Did
say
you-
that definitely counts then. Yeah.
Did you see that, Narwhal?
Yeah, no, I haven't read it. I just Googled it to confirm that it exists because I kind of thought it did. But
Dude,
you're
it's
right,
crazy.
Frank Miller,
It's
that's
like he fucking like Murphy, like you can see his like full body as he like merges into like cyberspace. There's almost like a lawnmower man kind of aspect of it. So it's like yeah, RoboCop is digital, so he's able to just like jump in, but then also like he duplicates his consciousness and starts downloading into Terminators. So there's all these Terminators that are like good guy RoboCops at the end. It's worth the look.
So and then Bar, you said Fury, Black Widow.
No. I'm saying like Daredevil and Black Widow.
Oh, Daredevil, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they did a little bit of fun together.
Abattoir. I own that book. Yeah, it was.
Black Cat and Spider-Man.
What about you, Chad?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Black Cat, Spider-Man, Batgirl, Robin.
Ooh yeah.
Who else?
My choice, honestly, is Alien and Predator because it was the comics that first made that happen.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Aliens and Predator.
Another one that I don't know if there's comics for it, but Marvel versus Capcom is all really great. Like,
I think Udon might have license because of the Capcom relation thing to do some of that. I'd have to look into it, but because I know that they do the Street Fighter comics.
Yeah. If they ever got to do that for reals, I'd pretty much buy those even today. Unless they make them gay or whatever.
Yes, they're all gay.
No, Udon still does like full on like sexy pinup books and stuff. Like they know what their crowd.
Yeah,
like,
one of the main like publishing dudes for Udon was on Twitter, and I forget his name now. Like in like 2016, 2017, like super early CG, but he wasn't really in CG, but you could tell he was not into the woke stuff, and so he was kind of in that sphere, kind of.
She-Hulk and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I liked her being in the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And I would say that was could be considered both again because she at one point it was like limited time team up, and then she became a member, so it would like fall into that partner category.
And Hinged asks, is versus a team up though? Sometimes, because you got Sabretooth and Wolverine had teamed up.
Well, I mean, the number one spot was Superman and Batman, and like I said before, like some of the best team ups of them was them fucking each other up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Wolverine and Sabretooth, hell yeah. Or even Wolverine and Hulk. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Hellboy and Abe Sapien.
Hellboy and Abe Sapien, right?
That's a good. Or is that just like, is that a dynamic duo or what?
Sure. I would say they were.
Well, man, I have to. I have somebody yelling for me, so I gotta cut it a little short tonight.
Sounds great.
So everybody bomb somebody. Go stream bomb Malin or go stream bomb Ethan.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Let me stop covering.
Sasquatch. Yeah.
What you got going on, Mr. Narwhal?
I think nothing today, just hanging out and stuff, and then tomorrow I'm streaming to promote Sandberg. You guys know Sandberg? And Hojo. Sandberg and Hojo.
I know Hojo.
I know Hojo.
Yeah.
Right on.
doing a fun little promo stream and then doing the creative block tomorrow. I'm
Nice,
hosting
right.
it tomorrow, so I got to think of something good to talk about. I was thinking I might try and go through some old Peanuts and Calvin and Hobbes cartoons and try and psychologically analyze them.
Oh, dude, some of the old Peanut ones are great, dude. They're like
Yeah, they're kind of deep. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like Pigpen always like strikes me weird now as an adult. I'm like, dude, that's the poor kid.
My favorite Pigpen strip is he's like super clean in a nice suit, like he had just got out of the shower and his hair slicked back. And each panel as he progresses, he gets dirty and dirtier and dirtier, like just walking. Yeah. So Billy, what are you promoting?
Oh, nothing right now. I mean, go working on. I mean, like the other things I can't talk about that I'm working on, and then or go back Dan Plagle's Goblin Girl. I'm still coloring that book. So yeah, follow me on Twitter.
I hope to have my sign up for the Black Phantom next week.
Nice.
So I'd like to drop my website, chadtownsend.com. I'd also like to promote Cool Story Bro. I drew 7-page backup story with Bill Willingham writing in the Rainbow the Brute campaign. So please pick up Cool Story Bro.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, cool, man. So you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Okay. Bye,
Maybe we're gonna get some videos and stuff. We'll try to have like some intros and expos and shit like that.
Yeah. I'll see you, Narwhal.
Are you paying for the